just going to invite my mate. There we go. Top dog. Here he is now, my mate, Harry.
Weapons over here! Ammo here!
Alright mate, sorry for the slight delay.
It's alright, no worries.
First aid kit over here!
Yeah, when you get a message, mate, that it says I'm playing Left 4 Dead, all you need to do is basically just click it. But I did send an invite also. That was probably what it was as well.
Yeah, I eventually got the invite. He was coming up at the bottom saying, "Oh, you were playing," so I was clicking that and he was saying server not responding. I'm like, what the f*** was going up for this? And then suddenly at the top of the chat box it came up saying invite. I was like, yep, click that, straight in, no problem.
Sweet. Well, since the last Steam update, what you've got to do when you launch a server, cut a long story short, what I've got to do when I launch a server now, and I'm sure many other people do, is sometimes you get this no Steam logon error. So what I do is I launch my server, then I return to the lobby, and then I launch the server again. So that's what the slight delay was, in like you know, the extra minute. So sorted that out now.
Ah, right. I don't run servers myself. I just join, like, well, yours.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, so
over here.
Going back to what I was saying very briefly before. I'm not going to mention any names, but yeah, our fellow friend, our fellow teammate has removed me on Steam now, and it's all basically been because I've not spoken to him, but he doesn't know why I've not spoken to him, which is pretty mad, really.
First aid kit here.
Ah, right, okay. I thought he might have got the hint, you know.
Well, I don't know. As you know, we're on the map that the problem began on. This is the map that I was playing on when I was playing with a friend of mine called Heaven and a really good friend of mine called Harley. And I've been playing with Harley for about maybe 2 or 3 hours on that particular day. We changed from one map to this map, and then all of a sudden either Heaven or Mad deleted Harley, and I asked them both basically what had happened, who deleted him. Both of them denied it, but I had further chats with Heaven on the server later that day, because he stayed on the server after it happened. It was Mad that disappeared very quickly, and then I sent him a message on Steam chat immediately after saying, why did you suddenly leave? What's the reason for suddenly you leaving? And his reply to me in capital letter was PISS off, and that was the reason I didn't respond to him on Steam from there onwards.
Weapons here.
Well, yeah, as my missus says, understandable.
Well, I just don't get it, mate. I mean, one minute I'm playing with a really good friend of mine, Harley. He was playing, I think, as the model Bill on that particular day. Well, the character Bill, and all of a sudden he just got deleted by accident. You know, like when we're building models and stuff and building bases, somebody deleted him. And like I say, I did have the discussion with Heaven, the other player, and he says he didn't do it. In fact, to be honest with you, if you come up here, mate, I'll show you where I am. Heaven, you see this wall where I'm facing over here, mate? This large brick wall, on the other side of the building, over there.
Oh, yeah.
Heaven was actually building along that when it actually happened. The problem actually happened here, down near the fence area where you start down here, where Zoe stood now. and Mad was stood up here
Molotov's here!
where I am now, and that's when Harley was deleted. I don't know if it was an accident. I'm not saying it was deliberate or anything like that, but it's really disheartening when I've had a friend called Harley on my Steam. I mean, I played with Harley for about, I'd say, a good 6 to 12 months. You know, we've played many hours together, and someone goes and deletes him. It's not cool.
Molotov's over here!
Well, no, of course not.
I mean, even you,
Especially
mate.
when...
Sorry, you finish.
Molotov over here.
I was going to say, especially when, like, you know, it's one of your other friends and all you do is ask, oh, what happened there, you know? Anybody delete him by accident? You know, if I knew how to do half the bloody stuff you do, if I'd accidentally deleted him by accident, sorry, my fault, you know, hand up straight away, yeah, sorry, I was fucking around and I accidentally deleted him, you know, no stress.
Yeah, well, that's it. But after that had actually happened, you see, I don't know if you've actually ever been deleted, have you, by accident? Have you been deleted by accident?
No, not that I know of, no.
Well, it's not a very nice experience from what I'm aware, and from what I remember.
Hello here.
Everything just goes really messy on your screen, and it can cause your game to actually crash. On this particular occasion, it did cause Harley's computer to crash, or should I say his game, not his computer. It caused his game to shut down and return to Windows, and he was pretty upset because he was saying to me, well, like, what's going on, what's happening on your server, who's hacking and all that. And I tried to explain to him that we wasn't actually hacking, we was
Pipe bomb.
building bases with our, you know, with our models and stuff like that, and there's a certain command that we use to remove particular images and models, and it must have been in the way when somebody was doing something, when they clicked the remove button, and they've removed the character or the player from the game. Unfortunately, he was using that character at the time, but he took it pretty hard, mate. He took it pretty hard, and he was pretty upset. In fact, he wasn't upset with who had done it to him, he was upset with me, and I had not done it to him, for sure, definitely. I'd definitely not deleted him. So I was getting the rap for somebody else's mistake, you know what I mean? And he was my friend, and I didn't want to lose him at the end of the day as a friend on Steam. But everything's sorted out now, and me and Ali are, you know, are sweet again, as we've always been. And
Everybody ready?
I just wish somebody would have owned up to it, whether it'd be Heaven or Mad. At the end of the day, one of them did it, and Mad at the end of the day did look like the guilty party, because as soon as it happened, he told me to PISS off. And then he left the server. Sorry, he left the server, and then he told me to PISS off. And then from there, I've not really had much time with him at all. In fact, I've had 0 time with him. So it just seemed a bit weird. That's all, and that's the reason I've not spoke to him.
Weapons over here!
Well, yeah, I'm not surprised, you know. It's one thing for somebody to, like, you know, cock up and not admit to it, but it's another thing to for them to, like, swear at you afterwards. Sorry, I should learn not to swear, shouldn't I?
Yeah. I heard your missus laugh then.
Yeah, she loves it when I drop myself in the SHIT.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, mate, I don't know if you want to ask me anything, but you know, you've had a lot of questions for me on Steam chat when we've had a natter over the last few days. Is there anything you want to ask me now, or not?
Me, mate, I've always been happy. I've always been happy coming on, playing on your servers. I've never had any trouble from you, with you, all like that. Always got on, and I don't see why anybody would have any grief with you. Like I say, you're a nice, easy-going fella to get along with. Yeah, if people PISS you off, then yeah, you got like, you mess me about. You know, you're on my server, boot you out of the game, which is, it's your right, it's your game and stuff. No big deal, but acting like that, no, it's just you just don't, do you?
I'm only here, mate, to have a bit of fun with people that I enjoy to play with, and Mad was one person that I used to enjoy to play with because he was local. We, it pains me to say it, but we had a lot in common. We had, what's the other word now? we shared the same, you know, passions. You know, like we enjoyed a game, we enjoyed making servers, trying things out, making things, doing things. You know, things that you don't do normally every day. It's pretty good fun. We used to play quite late. You know, we used to play other games as well. And now it's all fell apart really, and it's all because he doesn't see it. But I tell you what, I tell you what, mate. He said some pretty, hurtful things to me, online over the last week or two.
Oh, that's nice. Monster, lovely.
Everything that's been said, mate, I've actually logged with my, you know, my Windows recorder. Basically, anything that's come up on Steam chat, anything that's been posted on my profiles. Anything that's been posted on different websites and stuff like that, where, you know, that he sent to me, I've recorded it all, and I'm actually thinking whether to, you know, to go public with it, you know, like compile it into one long movie and upload it. But I don't want to upset the guy, you know what I mean. At the end of the day, some of the stuff that he said to me has just been really below the belt.
Molotov's here.
Things like that. Well, for one, he said something like, he said to me less than, I think it was 48 hours ago, that I've got no life, and he's got 3 kids and a nice missus, and what have I got? I mean, alright, so what? He's got 3 kids, great, fantastic. You know, he's got a missus, great, fantastic, but that doesn't mean to say I'm a dropout, does it? It's just been really bad towards me, that's all.
Jesus, sounds like he's been well harsh. There's no need for any of that shit. No way.
Yeah, he's got very personal, and then like I say, he sent me a message today over a particular website. I'm not actually going to say the website here, but I'm sure you already know, because I mentioned it to you before on Steam chat, and he said something like that he was just getting up every day, wondering whether I was going to speak to him, and it was making him mad the more I didn't speak to him, so eventually he just removed me from Steam, and he did that sometime yesterday. I can't remember. I don't know exactly what time, but he removed me on Steam sometime yesterday, and that was it. And but there's a lot gone on between all that, mate. You know, messaging and stuff like that, comments on my profile. Like I say, I've got it all recorded. I could go public with it, but I'm just saving it for a rainy day, just in case should anything become of it or anything.
Weapons here.
Bloody hell. You know, you just don't expect stuff like that. You know, I definitely wouldn't have expected stuff like that. There's no, you know, you might get annoyed at somebody once in a while and be like, well, I can't be bothered playing with him this week or something like that. But, you know, there's no need to spend weeks basically being a pain in someone's arse, and I don't get it. I don't know how or why he's gone off the way he has. But, you know, if that's the way he wants to go, that's the way he wants to go. Just let him go. It's, you know, don't see any point in trying to, like, I don't know, just stuff it. Who cares? I know it's hurtful, but, you know, at the end of the day, you just got to think, yeah, who cares? Stuff it. That's it. Get over it and carry on with your life. You know.
Yeah, but what is it at the end of the day, mate, when people, you know, don't take anybody else's feelings on board? I mean, some people do have feelings, and it's pretty crappy when, you know, people start saying things that don't need to be said.
Oh, hell yeah, I know. It's just, so I think I've had, like, people argue with me like that. Alright, fine, you know, we'll get over it, it's no problem, we've had an argument. It's like, what? When my missus was at uni, she was having a bit of a bad time, and I asked some of her friends, and these were like her closest friends that she's known for, oh god, what? 2 of them she'd known from beginning of uni, so you're talking 4 years, and one she'd known for about 6-7 years. And I asked them, like, oh, would you mind taking her out to Whitby, doing some nice things with her and stuff, like, you know, cheer her up, she's having a really bad time of it. They said, oh yeah, no problem. Next thing we know, we get this. It's like it was somebody's Facebook status saying, oh, I can't wait for tomorrow. I asked her, I said, oh, what are you doing tomorrow? Oh no, I'm just going shopping. later that day, photos came up of Ray's friends and the ones I've asked to take her to like Whitby or something. They'd all spent the day in Whitby that day. Had a lovely time. All these photos up, you know, they had dinner and everything else. Didn't invite Ray, no that. All I turned around was and said to him, "Oh, thanks a lot, you know, I'm trying to help my missus here. I asked you if you wouldn't mind helping, she's your friend." And that caused, what, two years worth of grief. Them slagging her off at uni. One of them even tried to get her booted out of uni, you know, saying, "Oh, she's victimising me all the time, I can't come to uni, I'm so frightened, blah blah." So she got like the counsellor involved and all sorts of stuff like that. And it was literally because I'd just said, "Oh well, cheers for going to Whitby on your own and not like, you know, helping out my missus like I'd asked you to." Boom! The biggest things can happen from the tiniest of little things, can't they?
Yeah, I know what you mean, mate. That's why I said to you, you know, don't say anything or anything when I've like actually had small conversations with you on Steam, because people can misinterpret, you know, what you say when you type to them and stuff like that. So talking's always better. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from and feel sorry for what happened.
Oh, she's alright now. After all this time and stuff, she basically turns around and says, "Oh, stuff them all if they want to do that. Tough. I'm getting on with my life." You know, we make films. We've got friends all over the country and all sorts that help make movies and acting and, well, teaching how to act and stuff like that. They all did the same, like, you know, acting degree as Ray. And what are they doing now? Working in stuff like Burger King, and for like insurance and things like that. It's like, you know, it's one of them times that you just, you know, sit there, point and laugh.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Some pretty hurtful people in the world, man. It's just getting over some of the things that they say to you when you least expect it.
Yeah, because you expect your friends to be your friends. You don't expect them to be people that kick you in the nuts, do you, really?
Yeah. But still, despite what we're discussing tonight, I'm pretty gutted about the way things have panned out. I didn't expect anything like, didn't expect any reaction from him like he's reacted, but I suppose that's mad for you, isn't it, at the end of the day? Mad actually sticking to his actual name. He's, you know, mad at the end of the day.
Well, yeah.
At the end of his message today that he sent me on a particular website, he said, "This is my last message to you." That's how he ended it. "This is my last message to you. Bye bye." That's how it ended.
Lovely. Must say. Oh well, shit.
Yeah, I'm not going to rule out, you know.
Molotov!
How can I say it? I'm not going to rule out giving it. I won't give it. You know, I'll always give somebody the benefit of the doubt and listen to him. I mean, if he ever turns around to me one day and says, you know, "Can I speak to you? Or can I do this?" and I want to listen, or I'm in the mood to listen, I'll give him the chance to explain why he's said those things. But if that never comes, then fair enough. Life goes on, like you say.
Well, yeah, you know, something he said, oh, I've got kids, I've got a wife, blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, if you've got all these things, you've got responsibilities. You know, shouldn't you, like, be a bit more responsible and stop, no offence if it's a bit hurtful, but, you know, shouldn't you stop acting like a big fucking kid and just get over it? You know, friends are more important.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I mean, the only reason why I didn't actually speak all the times, well, I won't say all the times, but maybe after the half a dozen times where he tried to communicate with me, was because I was still trying to get to the bottom with Harley and Heaven and Mad at the same time, where the problem, you know, came from, or who caused the problem. So I was basically trying to compile what had actually gone on before I said anything to anybody, you know what I mean, before I pointed any fingers or out. I just didn't want to point any fingers too soon and upset somebody when it wasn't their fault. So that's why I didn't actually discuss it with anybody until I knew what I was talking about. But he didn't like that.
That's just weird. I don't get it.
Well, at the end of the day, I could have done two things. I could have gone off steaming, couldn't I? You know, pointing fingers, da 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 da, shouting the odds off, or I could have just done it the amicable way, which I did. I did it the most adult way and kept quiet. Asked around what had actually happened. Asked the people that was involved. You know, built up a story, or you know, not a story, but built up you know, facts, and then basically confronted the person with those facts at the end of the day. And I didn't even get the opportunity to even do that as well, because it just went so stale. It just went so stale with me from that day onwards. I just thought to myself, it just sounds and he's acting like the guilty party. So I just thought it might have been him at the end of the day, because he was just Potter, the things he said.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's what I meant by that. You know, that's just weird. You know, how he's just acted like that, especially when he's like, he got along with everybody. He got along with you, got along with me. You know, there was no grief at all, and then suddenly just rah! You're like, what the fuck?
And then if I'm not mistaken, he even had a go at me. He had about 6 to 8 people. Well, he had about 6 to 8 friends on his Steam list that was friends of mine before they knew him. So basically, he'd met them through me, because like if I'd had my server on, you know, maybe he would have been playing with me, and maybe another friend might have dropped in, and then, you know, he would have turned around and said, he even turned around to me one day and said, all your friends have deleted me. I thought, well, that's only expected at the end of the day. I mean, they were my friends before they were your friends, so, and you're being bad like the way you are with me now, so what's the point?
Yeah, let's do it.
He did notice that people had deleted him, but there you go, nobody's to blame for that.
Well, no, of course not. You know, it's just like in normal life. If you ever go at somebody, you know, if you ever go at somebody who's introduced you to a group of friends and they don't like it, well, they're not going to carry on talking to you, are they? Hello?
Not unless you've got a good excuse, no. And I've not even been given a reason for why he's acted the way he has and why he said the things he's said.
God knows, mate. Could be anything. Could be like daily stress, debts, drugs, anything really. You've got no idea.
Well, to be honest with you, mate, I'm not frightened of saying it, and I think a lot of it boils down to, I mean, he said to me on many a server, the weed made him paranoid, makes him forgetful as well. I bet that played a big part in it. I bet he's just overreacted, I think, at the end of the day, and now he's, you know, probably, I mean, to actually send me a message via a website today saying that he used to get up every day wondering if I was going to speak to him. It's obviously telling me that he's been playing on his mind a lot and he's concerned about it. So he's got some, what I would call, what's the word I'm looking for? He's got
Someone's gonna need these.
he's got feelings somewhere. He probably just finds it hard to share them, you know, to open up. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But it's just weird. I don't get it. I don't understand how it's all happened. You know, it's one of the things where you sit there and you think, fuck, shit like this only happens in the bleeding movies. You know, it don't happen in real life.
Need a little help over here!
Yeah. Anyway, I could sit here for another hour talking about, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, you know, that is, honest to God, mate, all I want you to know before I end this conversation is, from actually playing on this map with him last, and him leaving, I have not spoken to him on Steam or anywhere, not even in person on the microphone. I just kept myself to myself.
Molotovs over
I've
here!
remained quiet, non-responsive, and this is where I'm at now.
Molotovs here!
There's another mate of mine.
Guys?
Yeah, I remember playing with him in the past as well.
Yeah, it's a private server, but as always, friends are welcome. But not everybody believe that.
Oh, well, I believe it, you know.
When I say not everybody, it was maybe sarcasm towards, I don't know, maybe Mad for not actually realising that I'm not just the person that he thinks I am.
Well, I know what you mean. I was only trying to make light of the situation. Well, that's me. Whenever there's a heavy situation, I always try and make somebody laugh.
Yeah, that's why I've not been playing. I mean, I said to you on Steam before, you know, I've not seen you for best part of 10 to 12 days. But yeah, that's mostly been my fault because I've not been playing neither. So it's 50-50 really at the end of the day. The reason why I've not spoke to you before now, because I've actually not bothered playing. I was on a private server of my own the other day, and I was just making bases. That's all, on the top of No Mercy. You can see the movie on my channel if you ever want to watch it. But that's all I've done. Not done any gaming.
Hey, there's weapons over here.
Hello Monsterz, why is your microphone constantly on if you use push to talk, mate?
Ready for this?
Oh, that's an unhealthy buzz, Monsterz.
You're not using push to talk, mate, unless you've got your finger on the talk button all the time. You've got a constant bubble above your head.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, that's so quiet I can barely hear you, Monsterz.
Ready, ready?
He turned round to me. I helped him the other day actually. I said to him, have you got it all set up? He said, yeah.
First aid here.
Obviously he hadn't. It's got the bubbles gone now, but your microphone's still terribly low. You need to increase your voice transmit volume and your voice receive volume in Left 4 Dead audio options. You need to whack them straight up to maximum.
Pipe bomb here!
We ready?
Yeah, he'll sort it eventually.
First aid kit over here.
Who was that
I'm
referring
over
to, mate? Was you referring to Monsterz or was you referring to what we was discussing before?
Oh, Monsterz. Because I think our conversation's more or less over, if you see what I mean, yeah?
Yeah, it is, mate, it is.
Cover me.
But yeah, just get on with stuff, carry on doing levels, enjoy yourself again. I'm sure it'll all be fine eventually.
Oh yeah. As I said to you on Steam the other day, mate,
Weapons over here!
I've made many a new movies. I've been on Killing Floors. I've been on like I say, I've been on and off Left 4 Dead. Not actually playing much, but I've been on and off. I've been playing Black Ops Online. I've been playing Dead Island with friends. I had a catch up with another friend of mine the other night on Left 4 Dead, just called Shrimp, but we didn't play.
First
We
aid
just
kit
sat
over
at
here.
the start of the Dead Air campaign chatting away. That's also on my channel as well. I was talking about his graphics cards. You can see that on my channel as well. Shrimp's graphics card, new graphics card it's called. Was having a chat on that, and then we made some plans for Dead Island. Oh, it's done all sorts of stuff, mate. Been carrying on as normal.
Good, good. Glad to hear it. I think he's trying to sort that mic out by the look of it.
Weapons here!
I told him what he needs to do, mate.
Oh, cool.
2 or 3 days ago. He bought a microphone from Microsoft, and
Oh God, no.
well, he bought a microphone from Microsoft and he had a broken wire, he said.
I say we just do it.
So he sent it back and they replaced it with a new one. Anyway, he said he'd sorted it, but obviously still doesn't sound right. But you see, I'm sure he'll sort
Weapons
it
over
out.
here.
Ammo here.
Cool.
Is that any better?
Oh yeah.
Hey!
Hey, there's weapons over here. Ammo here.
Are you using push to talk? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, as long as you've got your volumes maxed out, mate, you'll be alright. Especially your transmit volume. Make sure that's on maximum and you'll be alright.
Okay.
The receive volume is you hearing us, so if you want to hear us clearly and loud, whack that straight up as well, voice receive volume. The rest is done in Windows and Steam, as you know.
Weapons over here.
I'm grabbing the rifle.
Okay, that's it now. Bye bye.